In the heart of a community there was a small village called Olefin. Olefin was known for its friendly people and colorful markets, but the most famous thing in the village was a little food stall run by a kind woman named Aunty Ngozi. Aunty Ngozi's food stall was always busy. Every morning, she would prepare steaming plates of jollof rice, spicy pepper soup, and delicious fried plantains. Villagers would line up just to get a taste of her special dishes. One day, a curious boy named Kofi decided he wanted to find out why Aunty Ngozi's food was so special. Kofi was known in the village for asking a lot of questions and solving mysteries. He would often help his grandmother, Mama Nkechi, with her garden, and he loved exploring the village with his best friend, Aisha. Kofi and Aisha walked to Aunty Ngozi's stall early in the morning. The smell of spices filled the air, making their stomachs rumble. They watched as Aunty Ngozi stirred her big pot of soup, and Kofi couldn't help but wonder what her secret was. "Why does her food taste so good?" Kofi asked Aisha, who shrugged with a smile. Aunty Ngozi, overhearing them, chuckled. "Ah, if you want to know my secret, you have to be patient. All good things come to those who wait." Kofi and Aisha were determined. They visited Aunty Ngozi's stall every day, watching her prepare the food and asking questions. They noticed that Aunty Ngozi used fresh ingredients from her garden and always seemed to have a special touch. One afternoon, as they were watching, Aunty Ngozi invited them to help her pick some herbs from her garden. The garden was full of bright green leaves and colorful flowers. Kofi and Aisha were amazed by the variety of plants. "These herbs add flavor to the food," Aunty Ngozi explained. "But there's something even more special that I add to my dishes." Kofi and Aisha were even more curious. They knew Aunty Ngozi was kind and shared many things with them, but they were eager to learn the final part of her secret. The next day, Aunty Ngozi invited them to a special celebration in the village. A festival where everyone came together to enjoy food, music, and dance. Kofi and Aisha were excited to be part of it and hoped they might discover more about Aunty Ngozi's secret. As the festival began, Aunty Ngozi prepared a big feast for everyone. The food was delicious as always, but Kofi and Aisha noticed something different about the way people smiled and danced. The villagers seemed happier and more excited than usual. Kofi decided he would keep paying attention. Could it be the way she prepared the food, or was there something more about the village itself? He and Aisha were determined to find out, and their adventure was just beginning. As the festival continued, Kofi and Aisha were captivated by the joyful atmosphere. They saw how Aunty Ngozi's food not only filled people's bellies but also brought them together. Everyone was laughing, sharing stories, and dancing to the lively music. Kofi noticed that Aunty Ngozi was not just cooking, she was serving with love and care. She greeted everyone with a warm smile, listened to their stories, and made sure every plate was filled with the right amount of food. People praised her not only for the taste of her dishes but also for her kind heart. As the sun set and the festival came to a close, Aunty Ngozi gathered Kofi and Aisha around. "Now that you've seen the festival, do you understand the real secret?" she asked. Kofi thought hard. He remembered how everyone felt happy and connected during the festival. It wasn't just the food. It was the way Aunty Ngozi made everyone feel special and important. She listened to them, shared with them, and created a sense of community. "Is it that you care about everyone and make them feel happy?" Kofi asked. Aunty Ngozi smiled warmly. "Yes, that's right. The real secret is that food can be more than just something to eat. When you cook with love and share it with others, it brings people together and makes them feel valued. It's not just the ingredients, but the care you put into it." Kofi and Aisha nodded, understanding now that Aunty Ngozi's secret was not just in her cooking, but in her kindness and the way she made everyone feel like family. As they walked home, Kofi and Aisha talked about how they could use what they learned in their own lives. They realized that being kind, sharing, and making others feel important was just as important as any special recipe. The moral of the story is that the true secret to making a difference is not in what we do, but in how we do it, with love and care for others.